Now we will discuss the concept of equilibrium and how it is determined by the intersection of demand and supply. Quantity, price. Now this quantity implies quantity demand as well as quantity supplied, and this price is for, it is the market price. Okay? So an equilibrium is determined by the intersection of demand and supply. Okay. So how we price equilibrium price and how is equilibrium quantity determined? If you are asked, you will say that it is determined by the intersection of demand and supply. So demand is a negative sloping curve and supply is a positive sloping curve. So obviously they are destined to intersect each other. And this is the point of intersection, and this will be the market equilibrium. And this is the equilibrium price denoted by P star, and this is the equilibrium quantity denoted by Q star. Okay, so this is very easy. If suppose your price, now why it is known as equilibrium? Because any diversion from this point will force you back to get to this point. Okay, the forces of demand and supply will adjust themselves and force you back to this point if you move away from this point. Say if the price falls to P naught, okay, now in this case you are witnessing a case of your supply is this and your demand is this. So if the price goes down, you have less amount of supply, and whereas the market demand is very high, so you are witnessing a case of excess demand or a deficit supply. So in case of excess demand, people are not getting the stuff they want. So or say there are only 5 iPhones in the market and there are 20 people who wants to buy iPhone. Now what the producer will do or what the seller will do, they cannot give this 5 iPhone or distribute this 5 iPhone among the 20 persons. So what they will do, they will say that we will provide the iPhone to those persons who can give us a higher amount of price or a higher amount of money. So in this process the price will start moving upwards and it will settle at P star, and you will be forced to move from this point to E. Okay, again if you are at this price level, if the price goes up, then you will witness a case of deficit demand or excess supply. Over here you witnessed excess demand. Now in case of deficit demand or excess supply, things are not being sold in the market, rather they are stocked in the godowns. So for finishing up their inventories or for finishing the stock of unsold goods, the producer will try to sell those commodity at a lower price so that people can get access to those products. So a deficit demand or a excess supply will force the producer to lower their price in an attempt to get away with the stock of unsold goods. So what we are seeing that any divergence from the from point E forces the producer and the consumer to negotiate with themselves and help the market mechanism to get restored at point E. Okay, so any divergence from point E is basically any divergence from point E makes the invisible hand or promotes the invisible hand to work. The invisible hands are the forces of demand and supply. So any divergence from point E will force the forces of demand and supply to work and help us to restore back the market equilibrium. However, over here we assume that the demand and supply that are given are constant. However, in the reality or in the real market, these are subjected to change. So we will now study how change in demand affects the equilibrium, keeping supply constant. Price, quantity. Now this is our supply curve. This will remain constant. Okay, and this is our initial demand curve. D naught, D naught. Now the intersection point is E, and the price is P star and Q star. The equilibrium price is P star and Q star. Now this P star and Q star are associated with demand D naught, and the supply SS. However, we all know that the demand can shift either way. It can increase or decrease. So if it increases, it will shift outwards or it will shift rightwards. Now the new demand curve is D1 D1. Now the new equilibrium that is determined by this new demand curve is E1, and the new equilibrium price is P star 1 and Q star 1. Okay, so what did we see? Due to increase in the demand or a rightward shift in the demand, the equilibrium moves outwards and the equilibrium price and the equilibrium quantity increases. Whereas a fall in the demand, denoted by D2 D2, will get your equilibrium at a lower position, say E2, and the associated equilibrium price and equilibrium quantity will also decrease. Okay, now we shall study how supply or change in supply affects the equilibrium, keeping demand constant. Change in supply, how it affects the equilibrium. Over here we will keep the demand constant, and this is the initial supply. The equilibrium is point E. The equilibrium price is P star and the equilibrium quantity is Q star. Okay, and now if the supply increases due to change in production cost, due to change in factor cost, due to change in the expectation level of the producer, the new supply is denoted by S1, that is a rightward shift in the supply curve. The new equilibrium is E1. The new equilibrium price is P star 1 and Q star 1. So what did we see? We are seeing an increase in the supply curve, keeping the demand constant, enables us to get the quantity, equilibrium quantity higher than the previous quantity, and the equilibrium quantity at a lower price. So the equilibrium price has reduced, whereas the equilibrium quantity has increased due to a increase in the supply curve. Whereas a decrease in the supply would be shown by a leftward shift of the supply curve. The new equilibrium point will be E2, and the equilibrium price would be higher than the base price, denoted by P star 2, and the equilibrium quantity would be Q star. So a decrease in supply leads to an increase in the equilibrium price, whereas there is also a decrease in the equilibrium quantity. So this is the impact of change in supply upon the equilibrium. Now both these curves can shift simultaneously. Okay, this can also happen. Over here we were keeping one of the curve constant. So this is the demand and this is the supply curve, initial demand and supply curve. The equilibrium price is this P star, Q star. Now it might happen the supply has increased, whereas the demand has decreased. The new equilibrium will be over here. which is associated with a lower price level. However, we are still getting the same amount of quantity that we used to get earlier. So this simultaneous shifts may also occur. Now it depends upon your diagram what will be the conclusion. The amount of increase or decrease in demand simultaneously also impacts the your outcome. If you increase the supply by a smaller amount and increase the demand decrease the demand by a bigger amount, then your result will be different. Okay, see, the magnitude of change basically impacts your result. That's what I'm saying. Over here what did we do? We increased the supply and decreased the demand by the same magnitude. Now I will again increase the supply. Okay, initial equilibrium price is P star and the equilibrium quantity is Q star. Now again I will increase the supply, but my magnitude of increase in supply will be less than the previous one, S1, S1. Whereas the decrease in the demand will be greater than the last one. Now what do we see? Our equilibrium has moved from this point E to E1, and the equilibrium quantity is Q1 and the equilibrium price is P1. So we have done the same thing. We have increased the supply just like this diagram, and we have decreased the demand just like this diagram. However, the magnitude of change are different in both these diagrams. Okay, so due to change in the magnitude, the result has changed. The price has decreased, no doubt, in both the diagrams. But in the first diagram, we had our quantity constant, but in this diagram, our quantity decreased, and this decrease in quantity is basically the result of change in the magnitude of this increase in demand and in decrease of supply and whatnot. Okay, so magnitude is very important, okay, while determining your answer. So this was all about equilibrium, and the next topics will be done in the next class. Thank you.